What is going on, guys? Wisco, Cisko coming at you with a little day of infamy on Foy with some invasion. This is like the poster child of Day of Infamy, this map. It has become the new Dog Red, and it is a fun map. We just play it a little too often, in my opinion. Same with Creed. But it is a very, very, very fun map. And if I had to recommend any game to watch to get yourself into Day of Infamy and get you feeling it a little bit, it is going to be Foy Invasion.
Watch your flanks, dude. Yin's are sniper in the back.
You guys yelling at me. I'm kind of talking a little bit too much. I am playing the radio class, and I normally don't play the radio class all that often, especially on Foy Invasion. I like playing as the support, but when you have a competent officer, there's literally like nothing better. So, and this guy seems pretty competent, judging by the fact that he already called some supply down there. And he's giving me some orders here a little bit, or at least giving me a little heads up. So hopefully we get a nice little clean sweep. I hope they don't even get to A.
Hold them back, guys. For like a few seconds.
Getting shot. You do have to watch these windows with a little bit of a P-47 action as well, because they will absolutely rake this house. And as much as tempting as it is when you're a Radioman to peek windows and to kind of see out, because it's so natural to do that, it's not the best solution. You always want to have your officers back and see the flanks. Now when the officer gets absolutely blown up and he's missing a leg, he's not much use to you. So at that point, now you are free to do some stuff. However, since the map just started, they're not really pushing up yet. I'm actually going to try and wait for his respawn. I'm going to go and meet him and just play it safe. The last thing you kind of want to do is have your officer and Radioman on two different respawn waves and just are always out of sync the entire match. Ideally, that's why they give you two officers and two radios. But in this map, I think we're only playing with one officer and two radios right now. So just kind of playing it cool a little bit. So we'll follow him up right by you, officer. Give him the heads up you're by him, that way he's free to look in his binocs and not have to worry about anything. Make sure you stay in range. And to be honest, how this game is supposed to be played is the most experienced players really probably should be playing officer. And Radiomen should also be really experienced too. But what I'm trying to get at is that Radiomen should really just be following your officer wherever they go, get their back. Let the officer do their thing. They want to throw grenades, fine, let them. It can make for a pretty boring round, but you get high rewards with being an officer or a radio as well. Hope you're alright. You get high rewards with being an officer, or I'm sorry, Radioman as well, because the more kills that guy gets, the more assists I get. I'll get a lot of points, and you can kind of climb the leaderboard and get a decent score for just kind of running around and doing nothing. But like I said, you give them a little peek. Obviously, you kind of want to know the situation a little bit. But more importantly, you want to get the officers back. You have two officers. He must have ran to me knowing my radio up. But alright, so now that they're on point, this is where you got to continue to take it a little bit easier. Or a little bit harder, rather. I'm still going to let my officer do his thing. I know he's probably not going to be calling stuff in. They're off, we're good, we're good. But you never know when those Americans are going to come running in the building, so you do just want to sit back, let them do their thing. You don't need to slam in the window with them by any means. And since I am streaming and recording, I'm kind of missing a lot of what they are saying, which is another important aspect of being a Radioman, is knowing you and your officer always being in sync together. And this makes or breaks games, believe it or not. You could have a really, really good team go against a really, really bad team with but the bad team has a good officer and a good radio, and they can turn the tide of battle. A lot. check your map. That is one aspect as well, now that I think about it. Radiomen, for sure, you have communication with a lot of your team members with your radio. And when you see a right flank get rolled, you see a left flank get rolled, you see a bunch of swaths through the middle where guys got wiped out. You want to let your teammates know, hey, left flank got rolled, hey, right flank got rolled. Just let them, again, you have to give your officer space. That's the hardest part about being this. Check the back, let the rest of your team do their thing. Did he just die? I think he just died. Yeah, he did. But he's up now, baby. Let them come to you. I don't need to go run back there right now, and it's not going to do any good. He'll call me if he needs to. Most likely not. Sometimes they'll call artillery or carpet bombs from back there, but just running right to me. And I'm going to come to him. Let him know I'm coming. See, this is just a perfect matchup. This is actually this is very exemplary of how officers and radios should be working together. Still one up there, still one up there. He's right to the haystack. Yeah, he's still there. I don't have a grenade. I wish I could throw one up there. I am pretty exposed right here, but again, you're letting your... You're just mimicking the officer, exactly. Hey, we got nobody at that stone wall. And they're kind of turning our left flank. Stone wall is very important in Foy. So good officers like this will know that. If the radio tells you, or if they find it out themselves, their flanks got rolled, they're the ones that fill it. Because this is two more guys now at the wall looking out. That's...
I think they might have wiped them out. They're not the only one pushing right now.
Yeah, I think you're doing a great job. That's why. There's one at the shed, one coming into the shed. He's on that backside. I got him, I got him.
Oh shit, yeah, this guy's over to the left. So just kept blowing off. So let's just not peek that.
Alright, so just like that, we got that hole filled. That is so important. Once again, to this map. Letting your team know, letting the officer know, fill the gap. And you just have to hold it for 25 seconds like that. That's it. Get some guys back on the wall, you'll get a respawn wave, and then you fill all the gaps. That position right there. Oh, we're artillery, so you gotta get inside here. We're getting bombed. Heavy, yeah. Yeah. Oh, that was our own guy calling in artillery. Team killed. So, that's a perfect example of one officer versus another officer, too. If you have a good officer, follow him. Be with him. That sucks. Basically, the other officer called artillery in our own position on accident. And it's not his fault. It happens sometimes in this game. If your binoculars zoom in, and you accidentally touch a guy, like view into the binoculars, and you see one of your own team members, and then you call it in, and then it thinks that's the position that you go in. And long story short, it happens, so you can't fault the guy on that. It just sucks when it does happen. That's a carpet bomb. It's not good at all right now. I'm just hoping it missed. Yeah, it didn't. So we had a strafe running into carpet bomb coming right in, so now their officers are starting to do well. 45 seconds, guys, 45 seconds.
Ich komme zu dir!
But we got 30 seconds. They still haven't touched point, or they have, but just barely. They just nicked it. Right behind you, officer. Right behind you, right behind you, right behind you.
Yeah, dude, I can't drop in a carpet bombing.
Or artillery. We only got 20 seconds. Oh, he's dead. You just kind of want to give him something to back him up. And truthfully, it probably won't even get called in. This map is going to end before he calls anything in anyway, so it's really not that big of a deal. But at this point, you just got to defend. We got 5 seconds left. 5 seconds, guys. 5 seconds. We're gonna try really hard to get in. They got smoke up, but they just don't have enough time. All right, so successful defense. We actually played a beautiful game, the whole team. That's exactly how you play Invasion if you're the Germans. I finished 1-7-2, 80 points, and that's of course being the radio. Artillery on one position. I forgot how I died on the other way. But more props given to the officer. That is exactly how you play that class. So I'm gonna trade the pistol for smokes. And I guess we'll try and do it all again.
Okay, everybody. Yeah, I'll go right, okay? Go right. No one go middle.
Fucking MP40.
Go for the forest, sir. Go for the middle, you get blown to bits and shut up the machine guns.
Right behind you, officers.
That
So
left hill and we're good.
the complete opposite, obviously, when you're attacking on Foy. You do want carve bombs and all artillery and all of that, but more importantly, you want smoke. Where with the defenders, you're not calling smoke whatsoever. At least the officers shouldn't be calling smoke whatsoever as the defenders, because it just helps the attacker. So
Get in there and clear them out.
this is an odd strategy. I don't recommend this. 2 officers together, 2 radios together, 1 bazooka, 1 grenade. We're all taken out. Or, you know, I could be the only one taken out. But ideally, you kind of want to separate them a little bit, because if one goes down, you still got the other, right? Makes sense. And the other thing, too, is now I have to run all the way to them, which is going to be harder than you think. And now they're calling for radios. Where at least if there was one over there, I just have to stop at that guy and help out. See, this is what I mean now when... This is what I mean when you're kind of out of sync, your officer and your radio guy. I could push up, and I trust my skill level to get to Able and do an okay job. However, it just doesn't help the team at all. I'm just gonna follow this officer since him and I have been doing well. Give us some smoke, officer.
Smoke here. Wait for it.
I mean, it's
All right, HQ reports our guys are unable.
we're on C, guys. We're on C.
Station, I need to airbomb this position. Can you send them?
I'm just gonna say screw the apostrophe.
Yeah, up the left side, clear.
Just too busy typing. But this is a good push. We got a lot of guys going in. Hey, we're on C, or Able rather. We're on Able. I don't know why I called C. And we got a friendly carpet bomb coming in. Hey, there's one to that left side. There's one to the left side. He's left side by the fence. Dude. Okay. I don't know if I got him. I think I did. Maybe that sniper got him. I'm not sure. All right, so that was a great cap.
Okay.
Yep, right by you, officer.
Able is ours.
So that was a great cap. Since you are following your officers most of this match, if your officer doesn't get on point, you're not getting on point, which is unfortunate because radios do cap very fast. So when you feel the tide of battle changing like that, the officer should know, get to point. You're the leader of this team here. You should be the most experienced and to know the situations. So a little frustrating. That guy on the left deterred me a little bit too, by the way. I mean, I probably would have been on point if that guy on the left wasn't there. So we're already on bigger. Come on, we're on B. Let's go. I'm a little bit more aggressive, and it's probably another reason why I don't play as radio too often, because I got to go to the pace of other people, which I don't really like doing. But if we're on point, I mean, you gotta. We got a lot of guys around. I mean, you gotta get there. See, in my opinion, we're just wasting too much time right now. We could have gotten to B easily. Yeah, let's get there. Let's get to B. Gotta help them out. I'm actually just throwing caution to the wind. We pretty much 3/4 capped, half cap, somewhere like that. My radio will help out tremendously in this cap, as you can see. We're going up real fast. I don't think that second force. God damn it! It's just the luck I have. That guy switching guns is just I guess it's up to him, but I don't know, just sit in your corner. We got the cap. Wish I was on it, as I always say. So the radioman is running, but the officer isn't. I know I'm breaking protocol. But my killer instinct took over. I knew we had a good cap on C. I didn't want to miss out on it. Screw the officer. I do want to get back to this other officer, though. Hey, right behind you, officer. Right behind you.
Yep.
Come on, come on.
Shake it up.
Now we're empty. No artillery.
Okay. More artillery says coming down. Of course, he called it right where we are, it seems.
We're taking Charlie.
So I'll follow him. He does bounce around a lot, which is fine. You don't want to sit in one spot all match, but it's kind of hard to keep up a little bit. It's okay. So I got my smokes here. He's calling something in.
Gonna use smoke here.
I want to give him some cover.
Tell our fly boys gonna use smoke here. Wait for it. We need their gun.
And follow him in. So he wants to backdoor. Again, I'm going to give him a little bit of cover here.
We're strafing him. Run now.
This backside, you got to move fast. I mean, I do want to sit there and watch a little bit, but every second counts. Alright. So,
Sorry.
right on the officer still. Just going to watch that backside. Let him take the window. Don't need two guys shoved in a window. And that's a perfect cap. Great cap, guys. So that's the two differences between officers right there. An officer at Baker versus an officer there at Charlie. An experienced one versus an inexperienced one. No offense to the other officer. They'll all come in time. We can see the effectiveness of these two guys working together, officer and radioman. Oops, that's my own guy. Whoops, sorry, bud. But good to know I'm still accurate, right?
Hey, I'm gonna load up.
So that's exactly what I mean. He's calling in a strike. When he's got his binoculars up, I'm looking over. Who knows, that officer could have been dead based off of that guy coming in right there. So you always want to get his back when his guard is down.
Enemy down.
For the rest of the match, 90% of the time,
Station.
and I'm
Hey,
reloading
I'm
here.
requesting artillery on this location. Can you do it?
90% of the time, you let him do what he wants, take over. 10% of the time, pretty much you're going to be the one
Move left. Flank left.
being his eyes. Again, perfect example. This is why you don't always want to follow your officer directly and be on his back heels. That would have been 2 deaths right there from an artillery strike, him and I, if I'm right literally behind him. But you let him go a little bit, you see what happens. If he dies, you know, but at least both of you didn't die. So most radios provided, of course, by me. We got the victory. Those are both 2 good matches, good effect. Finished 2-7-4. Not about the kills and deaths when you're a radio man. It's about offering stuff, getting on point, and kind of climbing the leaderboard there and getting the win, more importantly. So that is a perfect example of officer and radio, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys on point.